After years of indulging my every game dev whim, Hunter has turned the tables and convinced me that we need to make some sort of retro-inspired FPS. They've been super popular the past years. Yes, we are way behind the curve, but sometimes you gotta listen to your heart and have fun. And we of course have some unique ideas that we're excited to implement. Not much of a devlog here, just documenting early processes because, why not? I've not worked in first person ever, I think, so I thought I would break down my process creating the character controller. First, I'll talk structure. I use the built-in character controller component to handle collisions. I separate my code into input control, movement, and looking/viewing. Input is specifically important to modularize. For example, if I wanted a follower NPC with the exact same movement as the player, I can quickly swap the player input controller with something like a follower input controller while the running, jumping, and dashing stays consistent. Movement is pretty simple. Almost everything is subtly linearly interpolated. I make a special case for deceleration because I want the player to have very precise control over where they stop. Think about stepping on a pressure plate. It'd be frustrating if, that wasn't easy to do. I also boost acceleration when quickly changing directions by watching the dot product between goal direction and current velocity. As for most projects, gravity is way up to avoid floatiness. I do some quick maths to calculate the force needed to jump exactly X units high. We're gonna want to know that exact value for level design, of course. I turn the acceleration down while airborne to make the jump feel more weighty and consequential, and I guess realistic. I add two special jump cases. Early jump, when the player presses jump right before hitting the ground, and coyote time, when the player hits jump just after moving off of a platform or surface. Blurring these lines will make gameplay smoother and prevent the player from feeling frustrated with the character. When you fall really far, you get stunned for a second. Hubert and I both agree that we want a really fast character and don't necessarily want a sprint mechanic. I add a dash purely because why not, just testing things out. We'll see if we keep it. Okay, and now it's time to make people motion sick. In the absence of player animations, which will come later on, I'm going to add head bob programmatically with a bit of subtle sinusoidal movement on the player's y-axis. To emphasize the player's speed and intensity in their movements, I also add a slight lean one strafing. I mean, man, I don't know. I guess it looks okay. I might take that out if it's too jarring. It seems kind of ridiculous, I don't know. I add a slight dip in the camera to emphasize landings. I think this smooths transitions between jumping and running a bit, and it also adds a lot of oomph on big falls. This is all programmatic, and the intensity is directly proportional to the length of the fall. I should also add some randomness side to side and retake this video, probably. Similarly, I tween the camera field of view on dash. I could do the same with some chromatic aberration to really sell a speed effect, but that would be treading even closer towards the wow, this is giving me a headache type thing. Oh, and why not real quickly added some temporary sound effects just to annoy the crap out of everyone. I would highly recommend everyone grab this pack from Juhani Junkala. It's great for game jams, testing, or even a final product if you're doing something low res. Okay, and now I'm gonna make a song for the video real quick. That kind of probably sounded like I was saying his sound effects are annoying. That's not what I was saying. It's just when you're working on something for 40 hours and you're just hearing the same thing over and over and over. And it's not. It's not what it. You know what I'm trying to say.
Old Man Ding?